Finding the best portable solar generator for home backup sounds simple, until the power actually goes out. Suddenly, all those flashy marketing claims don't matter anymore. What matters is whether the generator can keep the refrigerator running, charge phones, power medical devices, and survive more than a couple of hours without turning into a very expensive brick. And here's the problem most people discover too late. Some generators look powerful on paper, but struggle the moment you connect real appliances. Others charge painfully slow. Some are too heavy to move, and a few cost premium money while delivering budget-level performance. So in this video, 7 of the most talked about portable solar generators were tested and compared for real-world home backup use. That means power output, charging speed, portability, battery lifespan, solar performance, and overall value all matter here. Some of these are incredible, some are overrated, and one of them completely changes the value equation for backup power. By the end of this video, it'll be clear which portable solar generator is actually worth buying for blackouts, emergencies, RV life, or off-grid backup without wasting money on features most people never even use. These generators were compared based on real backup scenarios. Things like running refrigerators, charging laptops, powering routers during outages, handling kitchen appliances, and surviving extended use without overheating or draining too fast. Portability, battery longevity, charging flexibility, and solar efficiency were also major factors because specs alone never tell the full story. Starting at number 7, the Jackery Solar Generator 1000 V2 is probably one of the easiest recommendations for people who want something reliable without diving into complicated, expandable systems. Jackery has always been known for simplicity, and this model doubles down on that idea. But this time, it adds serious performance improvements that make it much more than just a camping battery. The biggest upgrade here is the 1,500 watt continuous output with a massive 3,000 watt surge capacity. That matters more than most buyers realize. Smaller generators often fail when appliances spike during startup. Refrigerators, coffee makers, power tools, even space heaters can suddenly overload weaker systems. The Jackery handles those moments surprisingly well for its size, and the portability is honestly one of its best features. At under 24 pounds, this thing is dramatically easier to move around compared to bulky competitors. During emergencies, that becomes a huge advantage. Nobody wants to drag a 60-pound battery station through the house during a blackout. But here's the catch. Unlike rivals such as the EcoFlow Delta 2, this system has no battery expansion. What you buy is what you live with. For some users, that's perfectly fine. For others planning multi-day outages, it could become limiting fast. The 1-hour emergency charging mode is another standout feature. That sounds almost unreal for a generator this size, but it genuinely changes the experience during storms or rolling outages. If grid power briefly returns, this unit can recharge incredibly fast before the next blackout hits. The included 200-watt solar panel also makes this a strong plug-and-play solution for beginners. Setup is easy. No confusing ecosystem. No complicated add-ons. Just unfold the panel and start charging. For RV owners, apartment dwellers, and homeowners wanting lightweight emergency backup, the Jackery 1000 V2 hits a sweet spot between portability, power, and simplicity. But power users may eventually outgrow the fixed capacity. At number 6, the BLUETTI Elite 300 takes a completely different approach. This thing is built for people who want serious backup power without stepping into gigantic whole-home systems that weigh over 100 pounds. And honestly, the first shocking thing here is the size. A 3 kilowatt-hour battery system that weighs around 58 pounds is impressive. Most competitors in this category are absolute monsters to move around. BLUETTI somehow managed to shrink this into something one person can realistically lift. Performance is where this generator starts separating itself from mid-range options. The 2,400-watt continuous output means it can comfortably run refrigerators, microwaves, routers, TVs, laptops, and even some power tools at the same time. During longer outages, that flexibility matters a lot. But the real star here might actually be battery longevity. Over 6,000 charge cycles is insane. Most generators in this class hover around 3,000 cycles. That means the Elite 300 could realistically last well over a decade of heavy use. Now here's where things get interesting. Compared to the EcoFlow Delta Pro 3, this unit sacrifices some raw output and ecosystem expandability. but in exchange, it becomes dramatically more portable and affordable. That trade-off will make perfect sense for many people. The RV integration is also excellent. Built-in TT30 support eliminates annoying adapters, which RV owners will appreciate immediately. However, there's a downside nobody talks about enough. Turbo mode gets loud, really loud. The compact chassis and high charging speeds force the cooling fans to work aggressively. If silence matters, especially indoors at night, that could become annoying. Still, for users wanting a powerful but manageable home backup solution, the Elite 300 feels incredibly balanced. Big capacity, excellent longevity, strong portability, and enough output to handle real emergency situations instead of just charging phones and lights. At number 5, the Anker SOLIX C2000 Gen 2 feels like a generator designed for people who hate downtime. Because almost everything about this system revolves around speed. The charging performance here is ridiculous. Full recharge in under an hour changes how these generators fit into real life. Most people don't think about recharge speed until the battery is empty and another outage hits. Suddenly, waiting 5 or 6 hours feels unbearable. The SOLIX avoids that problem almost entirely, and the 2,400-watt output gives this thing real authority. Refrigerators, coffee makers, induction cooktops, power tools, it handles demanding appliances surprisingly well. That makes it one of the better all-around home backup systems in this lineup. What also stands out is efficiency. Low idle power consumption means less wasted energy over long runtimes. During extended outages, that can quietly add several extra hours of usable backup. Now here's the catch. This generator isn't cheap. And once buyers add solar panels or expansion batteries, the total cost climbs fast. Some people may wonder whether they should simply jump to a larger whole home system instead. But Anker does a lot right here. The build quality feels premium. The interface is simple. The app experience is polished. And compared to some competitors, the noise levels remain surprisingly controlled even under heavy load. Compared directly against the EcoFlow Delta 2 Max, this becomes a fascinating battle. EcoFlow offers a more mature ecosystem, but the Anker often wins on charging speed and overall refinement. For homeowners wanting dependable backup without stepping into ultra-heavy systems, this generator makes a lot of sense. It's fast, powerful, and polished. But buyers definitely pay for that premium experience. At number 4, the EcoFlow Delta 3 Classic proves why EcoFlow continues dominating the portable power conversation. Because this thing simply feels modern. Everything about it is designed for convenience. The charging speeds are insanely fast thanks to EcoFlow's Xstream technology. Going from near empty to 80% in under an hour feels almost unnatural when compared to older generators. And despite the relatively compact size, the 1,800-watt output gives this enough muscle to handle refrigerators, kitchen appliances, entertainment systems, and emergency electronics without struggling. One underrated feature here is the UPS functionality. The sub-10 millisecond switchover is fast enough to keep routers, gaming setups, workstations, and even some sensitive electronics running seamlessly during outages. That becomes incredibly valuable for remote workers. The included 220-watt solar panel also adds genuine off-grid flexibility. Under strong sunlight, recharge times remain impressively practical for a generator this size. But here's the issue. EcoFlow sometimes focuses so heavily on smart features and charging speed that expandability and port variety take a back seat. Some competitors offer more flexibility for long-term ecosystem growth. Still, the app integration is among the best available. Storm alerts, scheduling, monitoring, automation, it feels closer to smart home tech than a traditional battery generator. Noise levels are another pleasant surprise. Under moderate loads, it stays remarkably quiet compared to larger systems. Aggressive cooling fans. For campers, apartment users, and homeowners needing compact emergency backup, the Delta 3 Classic nails the balance between portability, intelligence, and raw performance. It's one of the easiest systems here to actually live with daily. At number 3, The Lipower 1075 watt-hours portable power station quietly becomes one of the strongest, budget-friendly options in this lineup. And honestly, this is where things get dangerous for premium brands. Because for significantly less money, this generator still delivers many features casual users actually care about most. You still get a durable LiFePO4 battery, you still get fast charging, you still get UPS functionality, and you still get enough output to handle refrigerators, laptops, routers, CPAP machines, and small appliances during outages. That's a huge deal. The 1,200-watt continuous output obviously isn't as powerful as premium competitors higher on this list. But for many households, especially apartments or smaller homes, it's honestly enough. And this is where buyer psychology becomes important. Many people overspend on massive generators they barely use. Meanwhile, a mid-range system like this handles 80% of real emergency situations at a fraction of the cost. The fast charging is another pleasant surprise. Reaching around 80% in under an hour keeps this competitive with much more expensive models. But there are compromises. Solar input is limited to 200 watts, so off-grid recharge speeds fall behind premium systems. There's also no expandability, meaning runtime limitations become obvious during multi-day outages. Still, the value proposition is hard to ignore. For budget-conscious buyers wanting dependable backup without premium pricing, Lipower delivers far more than expected. At number 2, the BLAVOR portable power station does something almost nobody else here attempts. It builds solar charging directly into the generator itself. That sounds gimmicky at first, but in practice, it's actually incredibly convenient. For quick outdoor setups, emergencies, or travel situations, having integrated solar functionality removes a lot of hassle. No separate panels, no extra bags, no complicated setup. And despite its compact design, the 1,600-watt output gives it enough strength to handle essential home backup tasks surprisingly well. The quiet operation also deserves attention. During overnight outages or indoor use, noisy generators become frustrating fast. The BLAVOR stays relatively calm compared to larger, high-performance systems. But here's the catch. The built-in solar panel isn't powerful enough for rapid recharging. It's useful for maintaining charge or slower recovery, but serious users will still want external solar panels for meaningful off-grid performance. Compared to traditional 1,800-watt class generators, this unit sacrifices some raw power and charging speed in exchange for convenience and portability. Still, for campers, travelers, and casual emergency preparedness buyers, that trade-off may actually feel worth it. And honestly, the simplicity here matters more than people realize. Many buyers never fully use complicated solar ecosystems. BLAVOR strips things down into a much more approachable package. Before revealing number 1, here's the reality most buyers need to hear. Portable solar generators are no longer just camping accessories. They've become legitimate emergency tools. But only a few truly balance power, runtime, portability, charging speed, and long-term value. Some systems prioritize flashy features but ignore practical usability. Others focus on raw capacity while becoming nearly impossible to move. And some simply charge too slowly to be dependable during repeated outages. That's why the final pick stands out so much, because it solves one of the biggest frustrations in backup power: runtime anxiety. At number 1, the VTOMAN 3096 watt-hours solar generator delivers something most people secretly want during emergencies: peace of mind. This thing is built around capacity, massive capacity. With over 3,000 watt-hours available, this generator can keep essential appliances running dramatically longer than most compact systems in this video. Refrigerators, routers, lights, laptops, fans, medical devices, it handles extended outages far better than typical 1 kilowatt-hour generators. And unlike many competitors, the expandable design gives users flexibility. That matters because backup needs often grow over time. The included solar panel also adds real off-grid potential, especially for users preparing for long blackouts or remote travel situations. Now, yes, it's heavier, much heavier. Once expanded, portability definitely suffers. This isn't the generator most people casually carry around every weekend. Charging speeds also trail behind premium brands like EcoFlow or Anker, and the app ecosystem feels less polished overall. But when comparing sheer capacity versus price, VTOMAN becomes incredibly hard to beat. That's the key reason it lands at number 1. For homeowners wanting extended runtime without spending absurd amounts of money, this system offers outstanding value. It may not be the flashiest generator here. It may not have the smartest app. But when the power goes out for hours or days, runtime becomes more important than fancy animations on a phone screen. So here's the final breakdown. For the best overall balance of performance, portability, and features, the Anker SOLIX C2000 Gen 2 stands out as the strongest all-around choice. It charges incredibly fast, delivers serious power, and feels polished in almost every category. For the best budget-friendly option, the Lipower 1075 watt-hours is the easy winner. It cuts unnecessary premium features while still covering essential backup needs surprisingly well. And for the best long-duration home backup solution, the VTOMAN 3096 watt-hours dominates thanks to its huge capacity and strong value proposition. But honestly, the best generator depends entirely on what matters most: fast charging, maximum runtime, portability, solar convenience. Every buyer prioritizes something different. Check the links in the description for updated pricing, bundle deals, and availability because these generators frequently go on sale, especially during storm season and emergency preparedness events. And if one of these already saved the day during a blackout, that's probably the generator worth keeping close.